Welcome to the IONNA Charger and Apex. We've seen so many other videos on it and we get to experience it now. We're gonna take you on a tour. We're gonna charge this EV9.
We're finally here. We're so excited to be here, and something extra special is that we're here at dusk. So the lights aren't on or anything like that, but we get to see what is it like here at nighttime, because that's something that we know IONNA considers. They take into account the safety, the comfort. They're not sticking their chargers in the back of parking lots. They're making sure that they have all the amenities that you need, all the amenities that you expect from a gas station. They want to give you that here. So we actually spent the entire day with IONNA at their headquarters doing
check out that
dive.
video.
Yeah, we're gonna have a separate video, we're pretty sure, and then we're ending this day here, getting to check this out and getting to take you guys along for the ride. You've obviously seen other videos on this, but you'll be getting our first impressions of the Apex Rechargery. We're so excited. I'm Liv.
I'm Patrick.
We're the electric duo. This is the Apex IONNA. Let's go. This video is sponsored by EVVita, creators of mods and accessories for all EVs and exclusive resellers of best EV mod accessories with direct customer support.
With EVVita, it doesn't just end when you get their products. They have lots of tutorials. They're very quick to answer questions. We have their products in our Mach-E and our Equinox, and we're really proud to have them as a sponsor. Okay, so we're just gonna follow what the normal person would do. By the way, this is NACS, because this is the Kia EV9 that has NACS, but we're just gonna see if plug and charge works. We were told that the EV9 now works with plug and charge, but we don't know if it's been activated on this car, so we're just gonna give it a try. So I'm gonna plug in, and then the screen's over on the other side, and see if it'll start a charge. Light over here is blue. I do not think it's active. So we will just pay, and I'm gonna use my phone. We're gonna give that a try. Yep, there we go. And then that should activate the session. Very quick and easy.
Preparing to charge?
Yeah, 36 cents per kilowatt hour. A lot cheaper than some of the ones in California. But yeah, so EV9 can do plug and charge now. We just talked to the Kia rep in our other video because we're at IONNA's headquarters all day, but it's not active on this. This is literally one from the dealer, so they haven't activated the system. But yeah, we're already starting to charge 31%. It'll ramp up. We have just charged the Ioniq 9 a couple of weeks ago. At one in Vista, California. It takes a few minutes for it to ramp up, but it'll charge fantastically. I don't know if we preconditioned on the way over or not, but very cool to see charging with NACS on a Kia EV9. Super cool. Of course, if we wanted to, we actually have the adapters in the car so that we can charge on the CCS ones that are down there. But we're now charging. You see it's at 114. It should get up over 200. We saw with the Ioniq 9, it hit 237. So let's see what this gets up to. We'll check that out. One thing to note, they were talking about how to monitor the charging speed and the charging session if you don't have an app. IONNA does not have an app, and that's a conscious decision right now not to have an app. But like, how would you monitor this? They are saying, like, of course, if you had the Kia app, you might be able to monitor that way. But like, if you're a rental car or like us doing like a loaner from the press fleet, how do we monitor it on our phone? They're talking about like maybe doing like a QR code so that I could start my session, I scan the QR code, and then I could watch it that way. So for right now, we don't have the app. We'll just come back over here. It's at 169 kilowatts, so doing fairly well. Let's take a look.
But wait,
yeah.
One of the coolest things is how amazing this screen is.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, look also at all these screens and the amount of data that you get.
So this charger will split charging if necessary. It has 2 ports, so you can charge on both at the same time. But we're gonna go ahead and select the NACS here. And then we can also see what our current charge speed is, 170 kilowatts. We've been charging for 2 minutes. 18 minutes to get to 80%. There's my running cost. But wait, there's more. If I want to go into charging detail, it's telling us, the connector, which connector we're on, the voltage, the amps is 290 amps, how much has been delivered so far, and our average charging speed. So that's something that's really great to see, is that, you know, your peak charging is one thing, but seeing the charging curve and your average charging speed for a session is really great to be able to have. Now this screen will time out and it'll go back to like the welcome screen. You can also go into the cost detail, and it's just showing you like the running costs, energy costs. There's a little bit of taxes and stuff that are included in this, and it's 36 cents per kilowatt hour. Love this screen so much. And it's not like this is set and it's always going to be this way. They may update it. I know, I believe Tom Malogny's the one, mentioned him in our other video as well. We just hit 200 kilowatts.
200.
But he's like, for us nerds that want to like film a charging session, can we just sort of like have it stay on this and not time out? So like maybe have a button that says, please don't time out. But
that would be nice.
It makes sense that it does time out, because not many people are going to stand here and watch the charging curve. And the idea is like, you want it to go back to sort of like the initialization welcome screen, so that somebody else that pulls in here can then activate their charging session.
Before we step our way in, I had to take over just to share how excited I am by the fact that I'm currently standing in a demarcated accessibility area that is already iced. It is already salted for the snow that's coming. It's going to be snowing tomorrow, or actually overnight, right? In the middle of the night. So I love the fact that they already salted this, so that if anyone's moving around here, if anyone has mobility issues, whatever it is, this is where people are going to be plugging in.
And all of them are salted, like all the little areas. I'll just show you that real quick.
Sure. It's so cool and so considerate.
Because that's one of the things is like, yeah, you can park your car there, but then if you have to hop out, it can be very slippery. So I'm like, I like that they've already thought about that for tonight's snow.
If you don't know, we live in Southern California now, but we lived in Colorado for 20 years. That is a hard place to be when you're an amputee or someone with any mobility difficulties, I find, because of ice and slippery places. Like even if a place gets plowed, when it freezes and
there we go. We said that
awesome.
The lights weren't on, they are now on.
Yay! So we get to see what it's like at nighttime here, and that's the perfect timing. It's almost like we just wanted it to happen. But when snow melts and freezes, then that's what can be really, really perilous. So this is crazy awesome that that's something that they took into consideration. Patrick pointed out the squeegees and the trash. I love that so much. And I love that this is in an accessible area. This is not blocking anyone from getting out of the vehicle. Sometimes that's something that we see at other charging stations, that the trash receptacle is kind of in the way when you're trying to get out. So the fact that whether you are mobility impaired, whatever, and you're getting out of your vehicle, you can access everything, of course, including the charger. But what? There's more.
No,
but wait, there's
no,
more.
I just want to show, like, now that the lights are on, we can show this back here.
Oh, yeah.
It says that there's a co-working space, cafe, driver's lounge, free Wi-Fi, and then also like there's a QR code where you can leave feedback about this station. Just me being in cybersecurity, watch out for QR codes. This one looks like it's legit. It's on IONNA, but still, just, you know, take extra caution with any QR code, just by the way.
Just make sure that the page looks legit and all that, I guess?
Yeah, just like you do with any email or whatever. I also, just before we leave this area, Liv wants to go inside, but I just wanted to, you know, flash back over it, showing you how the lighting really makes it look really nice and lit up and secure. And then she's gonna take us like down the path, like if you had a wheelchair, they have a path.
By the way, the lighting looks so good. I want to bring cars here. Like this would be a good place to just take photos, because it makes your crowd look so good, doesn't it? So something to look out for is that you have these demarcations, which is where you would go if you have any mobility issues, or just the pathway that is safe for humans. So we follow this all the way down. Notice that this is also salted already.
Yeah, this one's salted as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just pointing that area because they also have the dog waste station,
which is by the green area, which is where you would take your dog. Someone's coming in to charge, so we're gonna scooch. But like, love that this whole thing's salted too. This walkway here is salted as well, and then accessible entrance. Let's go in. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I said that so loudly as we
That's okay.
in here.
Restrooms here.
Awesome.
If you need access, you can scan right there.
Nice. We saw in the headquarters, they have a lot of really awesome vibe on their branding. So I love, they had posters like this all over as well. Passcodes for the restroom, which is cool. And let's look at their offerings here. We have a vending machine that's all IONNA branded as well. We have IONNA beverages, and there are totally people here working. So I'll try to keep my voice down. But already know this, we have accessible height tables, right? So even if you're in a mobility device, the tables are accessible height, and so are the plugs on the wall. If you can see the power sockets, those are accessible as well, which is great. Love that. And it looks like they have multiples on each side, so you can come over and have power on each side.
Should we step outside just to show like what this used to be?
Facade. Actually, Misco Electric is opening the door.
Yeah, we're all filming all at the same time.
Getting in each other's way. But okay, so this is a 100-year-old gas station that they picked to convert. And like one of the great things about it is like it was already sort of like made for this, right? Like they wanted to recreate this vibe, a full service gas station, really, a full service charging station. You have a tire inflator here, windshield washer dispenser as well. And these are things that you can expect to find at a Rechargery and at a Beacon, which are their larger stations. The Beacon, there's only one coming into existence so far, and it's not too far from my house. They just broke ground on it in Westminster, California. So that's really exciting. But this is a Rechargery, and they have a whole bunch to offer, including air and liquids.
Yeah, and I'm not sure. It looks like you pay to refill your washer fluid, but you can buy it. Yeah, I'm not really sure, but it's eco-tank. So I'm assuming that they're doing some, like recycled or something like that, but protects to negative 20 degrees. It's going to be down to like 30 degrees tonight. So
yeah.
Water repellent. Yeah, so it's really neat to sort of see like they're providing this. And I'm assuming like even if you don't have an EV, you could pop in here and make use of this.
Oh, absolutely. And it's on the front side of the facility. The charging is on the back. So that's really smart. So people who don't necessarily need charging could just pop in, use some air, and then...
So there's the bakery. It's not open right now. It is,
unfortunately. We heard it's great.
Yeah, we've heard so much good stuff about that. Oh, and there's actually more inside. So I guess they do some baking out here. Really, really cool. And then you can, of course, see the chargers still in the back. There's a little trash can here. Just sort of a very cool like vibe with the old gas station. You can see the garage doors here that are now permanently closed, but it looks like still that style. Really, really cool.
Yeah, and we have Misco Electric in there playing video games. I love this vibe. Oh wow.
Yeah, and I'm just like sort of looking. They're closed, like I said, but it looks like they have some savory stuff as well, besides just like baked goods in the morning or sweet goods in the morning.
Which is great. We love seeing something like this. This is Zulia's roll-up bakery.
And I've seen a lot of coverage of this Rechargery, but here's the road that it's on, which I have not seen a lot of that. Very cute houses.
Oh, they're so cute.
Really, really, really neat. Everybody's decorated for Christmas right now. Just cool to see. And it looks like there's no parking Saturday. I bet they're doing a Christmas parade here. And I love that, this is all just like right here. We have the modern charging over there with the old gas station, the old houses, the Christmas lights. It just has such a really nice feel out here. I hope that there's more sites like this coming.
Oh yeah, well we know they are, because I'm gonna flippity flip quickly. I wanted to flippity flip because then you can actually see the vibe of the station while we chat. There you can see the whole thing. Look at that facade. This is a good vibe. So we have these gorgeous sort of old beautiful homes, as I'm about to get run over by skateboards. So we have these beautiful homes on the other side of the street, and then we have this retro vintage gas station, charging station. Let's get that IONNA logo. Are we getting it?
Yeah,
there we go. So there are more coming. Come in here, Patrick, because they said that this and better is going to be 70 to 80% of their stations. So while you may have seen the smaller stations, the relays, where it's from 8 to 10, right? Stalls?
In sort of like shopping center parking lots. That's the one that we saw in Vista and Oceanside. This is their goal, not necessarily 100-year-old gas stations, but
these kind of everything you need facilities, like a gas station, like a Buc-ee's or whatever that you expect from a gas station, these kind of facilities are going to be 70 to 80% of their offerings, which is really cool. I think that's awesome.
I was really surprised by that. We were there with other creators, Kyle, Misco Electric, Tom, and we all were like, we were guessing like maybe 40% would be, not 70%.
But it's a little loud over here, so why don't we stroll on back in?
Yep. By the way, just so you know, it's like this part is open 24/7, but the like work and charge in the lounge is 9:30 to 6.
Oh, it's almost closed.
Yeah, we got to be back over at IONNA by 6.
Yeah, I know.
But let's come on in and just take a look again. We'll go over into this side now and take a look and just sort of see there's just more seating. Looks like
this is the bakery as well.
Yeah, the coffee bar. Yeah. If you need assistance, again, they like have the number available. Let's see. Look at this. This is something cool. And this is something I think is really neat that DC fast charging can bring to these small communities. But it's like, let's work together. You can charge here, but like, look, you can just walk downtown, and they sort of list some of the local businesses and stuff like that. I love
that. We're taking one.
Yeah, we're going to take one of these. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that in my pocket here. But I think that's something that as we get deeper into the EV transition, that more and more small communities, as well as charging operators like IONNA, will realize is like you can build this symbiotic relationship of like, hey, if you're going to be here and plugging for like 35 minutes. Take a stroll downtown. You may like this bakery, but there may be, I don't know, a hamburger shop, just a little stroll down the street.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so cool. And this vibe is excellent. Varying height seating. And
enjoy the video.
So, this is so cute. So we saw this at IONNA headquarters as well. It's not going to be at every station, but it's going to be at a lot of them. Probably all of the rechargeries and the beacons, huh? What are you playing?
I'm trying to play the jam. I don't know what all the buttons do, so there we go.
Well, and there are 2-player modes, so we should be playing together.
There are no problems with this machine.
Oh, no. We'll tell them.
Press the key to continue. Oh, I think it's just because it's like these are all sims or whatever, but yeah, you could. Anyways, I won't actually play.
But look how fun that is! Like the way that's embedded into the wall.
And in our IONNA video, like we talked to them about like these, and what they're doing is like they not only will they like just install this and just sort of forget about it, they have one over at their headquarters, and the idea is that they can like experience that at their headquarters and test it out, and if they see problems, they'll know about them there. And the whole idea is like over at the IONNA headquarters is like they have an experience lab, so they can test out charging on different cars and different conditions, but they can also test out even stuff like how is the video game experience and get feedback on that. So very cool. Should we continue on?
They also have conference rooms, which is awesome.
And
so
again,
reserve them?
Scan here for access. Once you sign in, you'll receive an email with an access link to enter the IONNA Rechargery. So I'm gonna, that one's locked.
I would totally have a meeting in here. Wouldn't that be cool? Are you gonna scan?
I mean, I could scan it.
Curiosity.
Just out of curiosity. And it pops up so you can see ionna.com is where you're going to. Again, your QR code security is like you want to make sure that like if you scan this and it was like to, Ted's Big Adventure, you may not want to click on that link, but it says it's taking me to IONNA, and it's like literally website uses cookies, but it's like fill out my name, it's access to this, give me my phone number. I'm not going to do that right now, but just really cool way of like trying to make the user experience very, very simple and very easy to access. But
I'm going to flippity flip quick. So by the way, when you were saying that they have that game at the headquarters so that they can test out if there are any issues, that's another cool thing about the fact that IONNA is made in partnership with 8 automakers is that they're testing these issues out with all of them on the back end, and they're not making it exclusive. So other automakers can come in, use their facilities, can access this charge point operator without fees or anything like that. Like, they're not making it exclusive, so there are no surprises, so that all of the kinks are worked out. There's an Ioniq 9 backing up around there. It's just cool to see cool EVs around here. Yeah. But I think that's really awesome. So like for us, it might be the first time you see an Ioniq 9 at a charging station, right? But IONNA will have tested that rigorously.
They mentioned, it's also for like when they do a software update. So like if, whatever company, even Ford, that's not a part of the membership here or the investor team, they could go over and go like, hey, we're getting ready to update our charging software. Can we come test it out? And they're completely open. Of course, you got to schedule it or whatever. But also like the BMW iX3, BMW is a member of the investment group, but they had the iX3, and they're like, if you would have come last week, you would have seen all of our chargers being occupied by iX3s because they were doing pre-testing for those. So
which is really, really awesome before this vehicle even comes out. But shall we continue on?
Yeah, let's keep going. We could do some more touring, but I mean, you've seen the charging station. This one is really cool. I'm sure you've seen other videos. You get to see this one at night. That's different. There's a mural that we missed. I'm going to get B-roll and put it up right now. But we have to rush. We're going to meet Kyle and
everyone.
Lacey.
Also, we have to return this Kia EV9 so that IONNA can shut down their building. It was so nice of them to loan us all these vehicles so that we could come out here, check this out, do a deep dive. So check out that video if you want the deep dive. But I'm so unbelievably excited that we got to see the IONNA Apex Rechargery for the first time finally. Honestly, I've been so envious of you guys. Obviously, we have Rove over there in SoCal, and they do a great job. But it's so awesome to finally see IONNA and this setup. Obviously, we're going to get more on the West Coast, which is going to be so great. But we've been jealous of you guys, and I see why.
I want to go see the Garner station. We don't have time for that this visit, but we're going to try to come back out here, visit my family, and then go do some of that type of stuff. But yeah, thank you guys. Let us know what you think about this rechargery from IONNA in Apex. What is it missing? Where do you want the next one? All that good stuff. And if you've used IONNA, please down below, drop a comment about how your experiences has been, whether it was a relay or a rechargery, because we're curious. So far, we've been asking people, and everybody's been like, it's electricity is electricity. Others that get the rechargery experience are very excited. But have you run into any issues? Because it's like, I want to hear if it's good, bad, or in between.
Yeah, and you're right. What is it missing? Because I can't think of much. I mean, I would love 24-hour food options for everyone. We hear you guys, by the way. Leave your thoughts and comments for us as well, because we hear you want healthy food options, you want vegan options, all that. I know this is a lot to have, but if we want the full gas station experience, IONNA's bringing that. So that's awesome. I'm so glad that we got to see this. I'm so glad we got to see this from day to night.
Yeah.
Which is super cool. Thank you so much for joining us for this video. A huge thank you to our patrons whose names are scrolling across the screen right now, and to you, our YouTube members too. We feel truly beyond grateful that we were included in this experience. It was an intimate group of EV-focused media who got to come out here to Raleigh, to the IONNA headquarters, and do this deep dive. To Raleigh, Durham, to Durham.
Their headquarters in Durham.
Durham.
And we met one of the people from the Planning Commission in Durham. Very, very proud that it's in Durham. Of course, Raleigh was competing as well. And if, I'm from North Carolina, so I know everybody's like Raleigh, Durham. And I'm like, no, they're distinct.
Bad.
And it's really cool to see it in Durham.
Yeah, love that. And it was so cool to chat with Matt from the Planning Commission because they worked hard to get IONNA in Durham, as Patrick said, and they were also floored at how quickly they rolled out. So Matt was saying that oftentimes they'll pitch for a contract to go through, and then it'll be years before they see the thing actually come to fruition. So waving at Misco Electric,
that's our sign. We got to go.
It means we have to go. But they saw it come to fruition in record time. They're calling it IONNA Fast, the way that they're referring to the speed that they're rolling stuff out. So if we can expect this all over the country, Hell yeah. So glad that we could see this. Thank you so much for joining us for this video. Any final words?
Nope, that's it.
So on that note, just remember that whatever you drive and wherever you charge it, whether it is at a rechargery or a relay or a beacon or even not, wherever.
Or those
Enjoy
other
the ride.
brands.
Or at home. That's cool. Enjoy the ride. Bye.